income. So, unahin natin yung increase. Okay, later yung decrease para hindi tayo ma-overwhelm. Okay, so yung increase muna. Okay, ito yung summary. So, you have this in your material. Okay, so revaluation increase, ano ang situation? Fair value, higher than CA. Anong gagawin natin sa carrying amount? I-adjust natin para mag-equal sa fair value. Dadagdagan natin yung carrying amount. So, ang technical term doon, revaluation increase. So, ano yung revaluation increase na yan? In general, income yan. Saan? Yan. So, depende sa situation. No previous revaluation decrease, ibig sabihin walang previous impairment. So yung income, i-recognize in OCI as a requirement of PAS16. Kasi nature ng other comprehensive income, yan ay income o kaya expense na, na hindi ni-recognize sa profit or loss. Why? Kasi required, okay, ng standard or interpretation. And dito sa PAS16, required kasi siya na OCI. Okay? And then yung accumulated OCI, ina-accumulate yan sa equity under the heading revaluation surplus. So, bali yung accumulated amount, yun yung revaluation surplus. Yun ang naka-report as equity component separately. Pero yung changes doon sa revaluation surplus na yun, yun ang nire-recognize in OCI. Okay. Paano kung may previous revaluation decrease? Meaning, previously impaired yung asset. So, since yung decrease na yan ay nirecognize sa P&L, kung magkakaroon ng kay subsequent revaluation increase, parang nire-reverse yung impairment. So, kaya to that extent, to the extent that it reverses a previous revaluation decrease, profit or loss. Okay? So, kaya lang, di ba may limit nga yung reversal ng impairment. So, didiscuss natin yan pagdating sa impairment. Okay? So, hanggang dun lang sa reversal, yung nasa P&L. So, yung excess over the limit, okay, OCI. So, kaya in general, ang revaluation increase, other comprehensive income, unless may previous impairment. So, to the extent of the reversal, profit or loss. The rest, OCI. Okay? So, to illustrate, number 4. Ang requirement dyan, balance of revaluation surplus at the end of 2023. Okay. So, 2 items of land. Okay. Land A. Acquired siya 2020. Revalued at the end of 2023, resulting in revaluation increase of 3 million. So dito sa land A, ito ang situation. No previous revaluation decrease. So kaya yung 3 million na yan, paanong treatment dyan? Income. Where? In OCI. Tapos accumulated in equity as revaluation surplus. Okay? So kaya lagyan natin ng note, yung 3 million na yan, revaluation surplus. Recognized in OCI. Okay, dito naman sa letter B, acquired siya in 2017. Nirevalue siya at the end of 2023, resulting in revaluation increase of 2 million. Kaya lang, itong land B, meron siyang previous revaluation decrease na 1.5. At yung revaluation decrease na yun, recognized in profit or loss. So, ito yung situation kay land B. Okay? So, saan i-recognize itong 2 million na ito? To the extent of 1.5, okay, yung reversal ng revaluation decrease, profit or loss. 2 million yung total increase. Yung excess na 500,000, OCI. So, kaya itong 2 million, okay, where to recognize? Okay, so yung 1.5 P&L as reversal of revaluation decrease. Okay, so tapos yung 0.5 revaluation surplus in OCI. Okay, so yung A, ito yung situation. No previous revaluation decrease. Yung B naman with previous revaluation decrease. So ang tanong, balance of revaluation surplus. So in relation to land A, okay, 3 million. In relation to land B, 500,000. So total, 3.5. So, number 4 letters. Okay? Next.